Selena, take us into these hearings. It's today and tomorrow. What do we expect to come out of them?
Definitely. We're now seeing Silicon Valley finally collide forces with Washington, D.C. They are going to be absolutely grilled over these next 2 days about what kind of Russian influence there was on these platforms. Now, we received some documents with their hearing testimonies, and what we heard is that the extent of the Russian influence is far greater than what they had previously reported. Facebook said that about 126 million people were delivered content that came from the IRA, a Kremlin-backed group. Now, Twitter said that there were almost 3,000 accounts linking to that group, which was more than 10 times they had previously reported.
So, Selena, those are eye-popping numbers, 126 million Americans being exposed. But is this more of a bully pulpit for Congress, or do they really think they're going to be able to regulate, pass legislation that would affect this? Well,
we've seen Congresspeople like Mark Warner come out very strong and say that actually tech isn't prepared to deal with the magnitude of this issue. Now, definitely there's legislation that is in the works. They think that the steps that the tech companies have taken to self-regulate themselves isn't enough, but these tech companies are coming out strong. They're saying that we're doing enough to deal with this issue. For instance, Twitter and Facebook both recently said that they're coming out with their own ad disclosure policies to hold digital ads almost to the same standard as broadcast and radio ads. Twitter also said that they're now banning Sputnik and RT from advertising on their platforms, but I'm sure there's going to be a tug and pull between the regulators and tech to see just where the line should be drawn.
Selena, on the issue of fake news, the solution so far from these technology companies is to put people in front of those pieces of news and decide whether it's fake or not. When are they going to develop the technology, the AI, to actually address the issue in a much more significant way?
I definitely think it's going to be a combination of real humans as well as algorithms. The issue with algorithms is that sometimes you're going to be catching things that aren't fake, and it's very difficult to know where that line is drawn. And in the case of Twitter, a lot of this fake news is delivered by bots, a vast amount of these bots. And it's hard to detect those bots with algorithms because now these Russian-backed groups are starting to supplement automated accounts with human activity, so their algorithms can't actually tell the difference. Now, all these companies say they're actively working on this problem, but obviously the technology still has a long way to go. AI is something that loves to be touted, but the results still have yet to be fully realized.